Hello everybody, Judgementfish here, and welcome back to Inscryption. Today's episode is a little bit different. It's all about our friend and savior, the Ouroboros. You remember him, right? The card that every time he died, he returned to your hand ever more powerful.
Oh, yeah!
Sure, it'd be nice to have a way to easily power up this bad boy and give him a bit more punch, right? Right? I am sorry about that. Well, today is your lucky day, dear viewer, because your old pal Judge has a nice and simple method for you to do just that. First off, this whole process will take place during Act 2 of Inscryption. We will be utilizing the training dummy in Magnificus's tower to create a simple loop that you can do to level up your Ouroboros and score as many sweet, sweet foils as you could ever want. First off, you might be thinking, Judge, I'm in Act 2 already, and I haven't even found Ouroboros yet in any of these card packs I've gotten. Well, I have a simple answer for that, my friend. Just head over to Leshy's place, and hopefully you will have scraped together at least 8 foils from any of the regular fights that you might have been doing. Then just visit the trader and buy it. That's pretty much the only place you will find it. Then, once you have your freshly minted Ouroboros in hand, head on over to the tower and we can get started. Now, for my particular method to work, you will need to have the following set of cards in your deck. First off, you will need Ouroboros, since he is the star of the show. Secondly, you will need a Necromancer. This will allow OUROBROS to die twice each time he is sacrificed, to double his growth speed. You will be needing a Sentry Drone for the setup to help kill the Force Mage, a handful of Leap Bots, which are just low energy cost for sacrificing, 2 49ers to help take out the initial baddies, and then also get the bones needed to bring out your Necromancer. A handful of Meat Bots would be helpful for finishing up the board and getting out that full set of OUROBROS to maximize the amount of foils you will gain at the end. I brought about 5 Warrens with me to help summon up extra rabbits when they are sacrificed, to get those in your hand for, again, summoning out more Ouroboros. I had a stray rabbit in there for a free cost sacrifice. Bought the Undying Cat, and you'll be using that to sacrifice as well until the 9th time, when he becomes an angry cat and he will die when he's sacrificed again. And then I rounded it out with a Bone Heap and 2 Tomb Robbers, just for some free summoning and sacrificing. Now, with this crew in hand and the power of synergy, you'll be able to power up our friend to insane levels for the rest of the game. Now, I'm taking a bit of a leap here and guessing that you are a fine, upstanding citizen, but don't mind gaming the system where it lets you. You should now find that your fights throughout Act 2 and Act 3 are now all that much easier. Of course, for Act 3, you will have to re-find your good friend Ouroboros to make use of him. Now, enough of me yammering on. Let's see this in action. Okay, now that we have our deck of bare minimum 20 cards, let's go ahead and jump into the training dummy and get this fight started. Now, you may find yourself using other cards for sacrifice during this fight. That's fine. But you must have Necromancer. He is Ouroboros' bro during this, and it will not nearly be as effective without the pair. Okay, first thing we're going to do during this fight is we're going to cycle through the turns to build up our cards. We don't have to worry about anything attacking us, so we can just go ahead and start piling up our deck into our hand. Ideally, what we're looking for is to get out our 49ers and our Sentry Drone, so we can set up the attack, get rid of the Force Mage, and then sacrifice them, so we can start getting out the Necromancer and begin the sacrificial loop to build up our Ouroboros. And we would like to do this before we completely empty out our card pile into our hand, so we have a chance to build up our energy back so we can make use of our bot cards, the Leap Bots and the Meat Bots. Also, once you do reach 0 cards left in your deck, you want to make sure not to take any more turns unless it is the final turn. Otherwise, the starvation cards will set in and basically ruin the efficiency that you can get out of this method. Now it appears my deck is being a little stingy with my last 49er, so hopefully I'll be able to get it out in just a moment. There it is. Okay, let's get him out and keep going. Okay, the Mox comes in, pushes the Force Mage over into the Sentry Drone, which will take him out. And then we are basically all set. We'll take these last 2 turns to kill the remaining mages on the opposing field. We'll have everybody out. Probably my Ouroboros. Yep, my Ouroboros is, of course, the last card to come out. And now we use the hammer to delete our bots on the field, get the bones, bring out the necromancer, and we can go ahead and get this party started. Okay, let's get out our necromancer, and then we'll sacrifice a bunny to get out our undying cat. So many things to sacrifice. I think I might alternate between using Warrens and bringing out the Ouroboros to start powering him up a bit. Let's go ahead and sack the Ouroboros so we can get a pair of copies in the hand. Now we bring out more Warrens so we can have more bunnies in hand. Now you just let the cycle of slaughter and sacrifice continue. One sacrificed enough. Your cat will turn into an undead cat. One more sacrifice of him and he will be gone from the playing field. When you get close to the end of the fight, it's a bit of a head game to make sure you can maximize the amount of creatures sacrificed to your Ouroboros so you can pump up those numbers. In the end, you will want to have out on the field as many Ouroboros as humanly possible to maximize your foils gained. I have a board full of Ouroboros. Holy crap. Look at all that. But I know I can do that a bit better. Let's try that again and see if we can't really get that number a bit higher. This time, I forgot to save a meat bot for the end, so I can fill out that last spot with an Ouroboros to really maximize the foils gained. Here we go. Double time. go. Shit. 603. Holy crap. Okay, overpowered Ouroboros. Check. Hey, this is how the game system was designed. I got a crap ton of foils. Now, with your beefy bouncer of an Ouroboros achieved, and your pocket lined with a hefty sum of foils, feel free to go on a rampage through the rest of Act 2, and maybe even a hefty shopping spree to boot. Lord knows if you run out of foils, you could just do it again and make your Ouroboros even more powerful in the process. Then, when you come across Ouroboros again in Act 3, you will be ready to rock and roll, and especially gain some coinage in the process, because some of the things you can buy in there can get a little expensive. Before we go ahead and wrap up this episode, I just want to reach out and say thank you, dear viewer, for taking the time out and watching this. And if you felt this was informative to you, please go ahead and give that like button a little boop. Maybe even a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it. As a newer YouTuber, I am looking forward to hearing from you. Maybe in the future, earn a subscription. And with that being said, I think we'll draw this episode to a close. As always, my name is Judgementfish, and I will see you in the next adventure. Take care, everybody.